Hi! I forgot to put up on Facebook about the live, so I've just shared it now. I thought I'm just going to wait a couple of seconds. See if anybody comes in. Hi! Hello, hello. I've just put the glue gun on as well. I'm prepared. I'm ready. I have a plan. Hello, hello. Right, so I've been out and I've gotten a stick from outside. But what I have been using to make them is these dowels. Hi, Amanda. So these are dowel sticks. Mine are 6mm by 30cm. And all I've been doing to get the ends into a point is putting in a pencil sharpener and then sanding it off so it's rounded like this, so it's not a weapon. So it still looks like a wand, but it's not a weapon. And this one was a flower which I'd painted, so it's gone hard. And then I put a little gemstone in the middle, little butterflies and things on, and roses around the edges. And all I use really is your glue gun. Hi, Sarah. Your glue gun, ribbons, flowers, whatever you've got. This one I've used the glue gun, and I've used some of the iridescent, whatever it's called, fabric. And I've had lots of gemstone chips, so I've glued them in with a glue gun and then added flowers and things. It's honestly, they're so easy to do when you come to it. This one, it's literally just the 2 flowers, the agate slice, and then loads of glue, basically. This one, I love this one, the agate slices. I've got a couple more, but they're bigger. So, I mean, there would have to be some size ones. This one, I've added little bits of stuff on and the roses. But I'll start one from scratch and show exactly. And hopefully we'll get it finished. Obviously, hot glue is hot, so you need to be careful. That's Mookite in the top. That one there is Moonstone, Tiger's Eye, Rose Quartz, Aventurine, Blue Agate, Aventurine, and a mix of all sorts. So I've tried to make the kids vanish, but they haven't worked yet. So no. I've got a Tiger's Eye here, and I've got, I think that is some sort of jasper. But then I've got this one, which is, I think it's a squirrel, a little mushroom, and a spider one. Should we do the spider one? Because it's coming up to Halloween. Honestly, it's so easy. I mean, made some similar with Mum when we were kids. Obviously, there's loads out there when you search. So there's loads and loads of different videos and things that you can watch now. It's not something that I've made up. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Gail. I thought you would be sick of the sound of my voice. But yes, all these ones, just with little beads and things. And these are just the resin flowers and the plastic roses and things. And that there was a pendant. I just cut the top off the loop to make it into jewellery. Oh, and that one there was, do you know the cheap gemstone rings you get? All I did was I put it on the top and then glued around it, so it looks like it's in a setting, but it looks a bit special. I think I paid something like $1.50 for it. Hi, Sheila. Hi. Yeah, they don't make the kids vanish, unfortunately. I have tried. I also want to show you this because I love it. I'm obsessed with Hocus Pocus. I love it. Love the film. I've made book and a fancy notebook. How cool is he? Ready for tomorrow? No spiders, no. Right, we'll not do the spider. Then we'll put him to one side. And I'll put, I think that's supposed to be a Pokemon. Put that aside. We'll use that one. Oh. Yeah, I've been busy. So I've got the glue gun heating up and I've got the stick from outside. I'm not going to use it because you do need to let your sticks dry out. If I did, obviously the wet would leak out and it would spoil everything, but you can't just use sticks from outside. And there is a way of popping them in the oven and drying them out faster. We are going to use just the dowel. And I'm trying to think how much I paid for 50 of them. It wasn't much. There's loads. So No, not sick of your voice. I thought, oh, the spiders you mean. I thought I'd said sick of... Doesn't matter. So that's it. Don't sharpen it too much because it makes it harder work to sand it down. And I'm forgetting to get the sandpaper. But basically, I've got a nail file. Basically, if you do this first, it saves a lot of hassle. I won't do it too much because some people don't like the scratchy noise. But it just takes seconds. So you don't even need sandpaper. A nail file will do. And it's just sort of taking it. Because that's going to be the wand, the magic bit of the wand. And then the decorated bit is the handle. Oh. Just thingy it down. It doesn't take long. It's not a lot of effort. Hi, Maureen. If you would like to give me live a share, that would be awesome. That would be ever so nice. There we go. See, and it's quite rounded. It stops it being just a blunt stop. But this bit here makes it ideal for the gemstones. Literally all I've used is hot glue for most of them. That is tiger's eye, and it's lovely, just tiger's eye bead. They are all real gemstones I've been using. You do not have to use gemstones. This is just because I like them. And I've seemed to have loads. Obsessed. I will bring you a wand, Sarah. I absolutely will. I'll send you the pictures. You can tell us which one you want. I will most definitely bring you a wand, lovely. Thank you, Amanda. I'm just waiting for this to heat up. It's worked very hard lately. My little glue gun. This is, I think it's a cool melt gun. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that now. I'm allowed to call them that. Glue contraption. It seems to be a cool melt one. It does still get very, very hot. But it cools down a bit quicker so you're not losing your fingerprints. I like it. And it's pink. And it sticks too. That one. I do have the big glue gun as well, but I didn't have any big glue sticks. And that's a hot melt. And believe you me, I've been stuck to many a wand. Stuck to many, many a wand. I want that bit. We're going to use the dark bit on the bottom. Have I plugged the right thing in? I haven't even plugged the right thing in. I don't even know what I've plugged in. No wonder it's not heating up. So how are you all? Anyway, while we're waiting for me to plug the right thing in. Right one. Have you had... I is excited for next weekend at Port Sunlight. I am fit to burst. Fit to burst. I haven't made ATCs this time though. I might have to find something else. I'll bring makes to decorate everything. And I know the new launch, Thirsty Brush launch, is coming with us because I'll be demoing it there. So anybody at the show will get sneak peeks first. Not you, Maureen. Not excited at all. Hiya, Kelly. Right, we're just waiting for this one to heat up because I'll plug the wrong thing in. I'm just going to double check. It's the right one now. Actually, while we're waiting, I went to a charity shop close to me, and a family has donated of a lady who could no longer be in her home a load of stuff, and the woman in the charity shop shouted at us, and she had these magazines. I've got another one, but I put it safe. I don't know when it's off. She's had stuff for years, but this is like an old Christmas magazine. The paper's not great, but I'm thinking some of these, because there's a plain one as well, these could be used for journals and things like that, because all the tags and things, and if you just back them on a white card, they would be really cool. She'll give us 2 of these, and then she'll give us some other bits. These tools as well. Here, there's craft knives and things in. She'll give us these, because I think some stuff they can't sell. So there's like a little pokey tool and random stuff in all those little tools there, little craft knives and things. How nice was that? I think everybody just knows now, if Emma's there, just give her whatever you can't get rid of. I've just thought it was ever so nice that should stop, but I'll put some pictures. Oh, it's starting to wait now. Always on top form, Amanda. I was talking to Cheryl before on the phone and I completely forgot how to speak. Totally forgot all the words. It's because there's so much going on upstairs all the time and nothing that's going to get us through life at all. But make you a wand. So to start off with, the gemstones are really, really cold. This is what I've found can be quite nice. So just hold it in place for a second if you can. Just glue it on. It doesn't have to be precise either, because the whole point of it is to make the ones look old and magical. So don't be too precious about it. It just takes a couple of minutes to cool down. Oh, Cheryl, it's ridiculous, isn't it? And there you go. It's pretty much, actually, I think we can get a bit more glue underneath it. Don't worry about it. You don't need to overstress it too much, because that is just your first one. I'm on the wall. Ah, Amanda, I'm just, me dad often asks where I'm at. He'll say, where have you been? Where did you go there when I zone out? Deep in thought. I'm not really thinking of anything. I'm just, I don't know what I'm doing actually. Zoned out. So that's it stuck on. To make the tape's handy to hold them in. There. To make it sort of, because we're using a round one, to make this so it looks like, you know, like the old, the idea is the old wooden hands that are clasping the, I can't describe it. What's the word I'm looking for? So it looks like the trees coming round it anyway. The branches are holding it in. Couldn't think of the words. All I'm going to do is, remember the glue melts as, actually I'll do it up this way. The glue melts the glue underneath as you go on, so you do have to stop and let it sort of cool down a little bit sometimes as it gets hotter. But that's why it's quite a good idea to have a cool melt, but straight away you can see, and then just add more on top to give it a bit more. And it's a good job the glue isn't expensive, because you do use quite a bit. So worth it when you've got a magic wand. I will be sitting tomorrow night with the cups I've made and me book and me wand watching Hocus Pocus. Very excited. I love Halloween. I wish Halloween was like Christmas. I do. I'd happily swap them. There we go. And that there's enough glue to hold that in place. I'm just going to leave it a second because I don't want it to melt the other glue so it goes wonky. Amanda, are you going to Port Sunlight? Just a couple of seconds. It doesn't take long. If you're impatient and you want it to set quicker, put a glass of ice water next to you, then you can get it in and cool it off quicker. But it doesn't, honestly doesn't take that long. And all I want to do is start to spiral it and shape it. And this is where you can add anything else you want to it, sort of thing. So I'm going to add some shape going down and just some spirals and things. I want it to look like a real sort of old wooden wand, really. And you can decorate it with rhinestones. You can do whatever you want. Oh, there's the glue gun cooling down a bit. Let's give it a second. And then what you can do, actually, I've got these flowers which I was thinking would be very nice around the top of here once we've decorated it. But we're not going to... Oh, Sarah, you need to watch it. Do not watch the second film before you've seen the first one. Honestly, I've been singing it today. All excited. So if you want the flowers and you're not going to paint the flowers, if you want them to stay nice and bright and colourful, don't add them until you've painted your wand. It could, honestly, they don't take too long at all. I mean, I sat and made 6 in one day just sitting plain. Not a lot else got done, mind, but the drying of them, because you've got to use a black or white gesso or acrylic paint to obviously to go over the glue, was the hardest part. You can get coloured glue sticks though, I do know that. So maybe black glue would be even better idea. And what else you can do over the hot glue is you can put your gilding flakes and things, because they will stick to the glue. So your gilding flakes, if you want it to be glittery, you can paint your stick first. So many things you can do. By the time you get to the bottom, the top bit will be dry. That's another good thing about the hot glue. And then I just don't want it to be really even. Just sort of spiral it around. Take your time because you don't want to burn your fingers. I'm going to cover that little bit there. The good thing to remember though, this bit of the glue gun gets hot. So that will melt any glue that you want to move around. You can sort of just melt it again without pushing the handle down. And you can move your glue around a little bit as well. It's good fun. It's very good fun. As you can tell, I mean, my sister Mary, she was wanted them for school. She was in charge of parents' evening, like the kids' opening evening for the kids coming in next year. So obviously she had to go all out. It's like she doesn't do anything by half. So she did Harry Potter night, and she took 10 of the ones and decorated all the rooms and everything. And she said they went down an absolute storm. So imagine them for kids' parties and things. There we are. I've had more grown-ups asking about the wands than kids. I'd quite happily walk around with a wand all the time. Hi, Susan. Oh, more glue. Let the bottom cool down before you move back up, because I think I'm happy with that for the bottom. But up here, I want to decorate more. So the wand's coming down to like a V shape. You're scared of the hot glue. You need one of these ones then, Sarah. They're not very expensive. They're really, really good. And it's a cool melt. And I've stuck myself to more wands in the past couple of weeks than enough. And Christopher thinks it's hilarious. Oh, just going to add a bit more in here. It is getting a bit warmer now, so it might melt, dear me, might melt the glue again a bit. But that's fine. If you'll ever get really hot, the glue will move down itself and it'll sort of like, it'll look like it's melting into each other. Oh, I just want to, and even do little dots and make it like knobbly like wood. And this is the fun, this is the fun bit, making the shapes and things on it, because when you go over and you dry brush over your metallic after, it's just, it's amazing what shapes you get. You never get two the same. Similar, but you'll never get two the same. And again, you don't have to put gemstones on the end. I just like gemstones, and I thought they might be appealing. Just use stones, use beads, whatever you want. Oh, again, go down. Add some more wavy bits in. Because, like I said, this is going to be the base of it. And then I'm going to go in after again with the hot glue once I've dried it off and painted it. I'm going to stop there with it. I'll hang that over here. Move my water bottle. I've got, what I've got, where I'm hanging the glue gun onto, is a mobile phone holder. For when you're charging your phone, it sits on the wall and it's got two little handles on the side. See the glue there? You can put your fingers in it. It is warm, but I don't find it red hot, but it does still get very hot. But once it cools a bit, you can sort of manoeuvre it a bit and squish it and put it where you want it without it burning your fingers to bits. It does help. There we are. And that's pretty much dry. Still warm, but dry enough to paint. And then all I'm using a Liquitex Gesso. Use whatever gesso you've got. I've got the Pen Art Gesso. I love it. Love, love, love Pen Art. Indigo Blue Do Gessos. There's so many we can get gesso. It doesn't have to be the most expensive one. This one is a bit more expensive. I got it when it was on offer. So just shop around. And a gesso is an acrylic base paint that basically it's a base. Just a base. And again, don't worry about when you're painting up here, because you're going to cover most of it. So just with the glue being semi-transparent, it's not going to look too bad if it's not totally up to the edges. And again, the gemstones, with them being shiny and using the metallics over the top, it absolutely covers most of it. Like, it hides a multitude of sins. And we're going to add flowers to it as well. So that's going to hide so many little mistakes and things. Oh, what are your plans for the weekend then while I'm painting this? Because this will take a little while. And then I'll have to work out how I'm going to dry it off fast. Because obviously a heat tool will melt it. So it might be a quick one. And just hope and pray that it doesn't melt too much. Be a quick waft. Again, I'm not being precious. I'm just sort of scrubbing it on. They don't take too long to dry. Acrylic paints can dry pretty quick if you're not putting massive amounts on. Obviously, the thicker the paint is, the longer it takes to dry. So, I've got absolutely no plans for this weekend. Christopher has decided, because his dad's off work, he's going to see him. So I'm thinking I might be able to make something to share with you as a pot sunlight. Like, you know how I made the ATCs for the March one, or April? I might try and do that again. Right, I'm going to leave that a second. I am going to have to dry it off just a little bit. Just a quick waft. If I can find a heat tool now. There it is. I'll have to unplug the glue gun. I'll plug it back in as soon as it's dry though. Hi Brenda! Right. Sorry if you've got headphones, I forgot to warn you again. Move the gun quite a lot so it doesn't melt the glue. We'll move it quick and you'll see it go matte once it's dry. You know. And move it down so the top can cool down again. And just keep it moving. Obviously if you're not demonstrating it and people won't fall asleep if you're waiting. You had trouble finding us? Oh, Brenda, is it acting up? Yeah, see, it's near enough dry. Enough to turn it over. And then, yes, see, the glitter glue will be amazing. Oh, Amanda, yes, your shoulder, you're not drag anybody else along for the ride. How long is your shoulder feeling better? How long until you can be free? Freedom! I bet it's a pain in the neck. Wait, it will be a pain in the neck. Right, that's it. That's all I'm going to do with the... I want to move that so I don't stick my hand in it and get it everywhere. And I'm going to dry it off a little bit more. Just so I can dry brush it on. I haven't actually used the confetti inks over this, so we're going to give it a go. There's no reason why it won't work. It was just, I just never thought of it. There wasn't any particular reason why I haven't. I just didn't think about it really, because I was working with acrylics. But I'm going to give them a go because I think they will be stunning, the colours. I did use the indigo blue metallics acrylics and the Stamps by Me metallic acrylics. This was the silver, vodka martini, and then I've just put the other ones, the Stamps by Me ones, back on the shelf, which I can get back down if need be. But I want to try the confetti inks. Oh, you're alright, Cheryl. That's the best thing. You can just sit and watch. You can even mute us and just watch the pictures on YouTube. It's great. And it's there forever. Well, unless the internet stops us from putting it on. I didn't tell you about the dream catcher I attempted to do. By the way, the dream catcher has gone the distance. I chucked a complete huff with it. It's in the bin. No, the wind changed out the dream catcher. I took the huff with it. That was just ridiculous. Really took the huff. I tried to put it together again and I took the huff. I don't think I did it properly from the start. I need to watch the lady who brought them out. I'm going to chop some of these down. There's my other gemstone. And I just want the flowers. I want it to be very... I'm aiming for spring fairy wand. That's where we're aiming. So I want these flowers off ready. And this here, I got these off Amazon, these flowers. And I think it was £7. And I got like 4 big bunches like this. In different colours. I made the... Added them to this that I made on Facebook. Added them here as well. I got these orange ones as well. So that's yet to be hung up properly in me kitchen. Oh, there, it's back on the hook. So you can get stuff really, really cheap. I mean, you can get the flowers in the charity shops and things. We're going to have some leaves as well, I think. I'll just chop them down. And there's always 4 flowers and things in charity shops. A few more flowers. Snip, snip. I don't know how many I'll use, but obviously I'll keep them. And what else you can do with the flowers, because the fabric, like the silk flowers and things, you can use a fabric hardener and get them really, really hard as well. And you can do all sorts with them. They just look beautiful. We'll have a few of these in case I want to put them on. They tend to mould though, these yellow things. I don't know what they are. But whatever they've put together with, they seem to fall apart. Right, so that is that. Got our flowers and a few leaves. And now I'm going to dry brush on to here. Right, I've got oyster. What colour should we go for? I'm not going to go for grape because I've just keep going for that one, don't I? Hold on. Orange, I think, because that's what goes with the flowers, isn't it? I'm going to go with orange. Tangerine. Is this YouTube retracting the messages? Or have you all started spelling like me? And you keep knocking them off. Hold on, that's my bag of gemstones. I just need some water. Oh, there it is. So what I'm doing to dry brush is I'm not putting much water into the paint because with it being a big surface you can sort of scrub it down and get quite a thick paint off. And then use the lid just as your palette. And with them being water reactive. But I'm thinking because once... Oh, there. Perfect. Oh, it's still a bit wet in places, but it'll be fine. Oh, no! You need to let it dry, but it'll be fine. I'll clean that up in a second. How gorgeous is that? And with the tiger eye as well, because that's orangey browns as well. It's going to be divine. Hang on, I'm going to plug me glue gun back in. Before I forget. All the way down, you can see it sort of come to life. Amanda, pajamas. Honestly, the way forward, just live in them. Christopher started calling it my work clothes, pajamas. There's no point. If you pajamas and you put a hoodie on, mate, there's no reason to get dressed. There we go. This bit here I'm not too worried about because it's still wet with the paint. But I'm not worried about it because I'm going to cover it with flowers. But this here's the end. Doesn't it look like vines of trees and wood and with the glue? And just experiment. There's no right or wrong. Don't be precious about how you put it on. And you can do more layers as well to add even more. I mean, if you want like evil ones and things like that, you could get skulls and all sorts to go in them. So that's the orange tangerine. Doesn't that look lovely? Right. I'll just let that dry off a couple of seconds. You can go over with other paints as well. Oh, Jim Jam days, fab, aren't they? I was just having this conversation actually with Cheryl as well. Christopher, he would just live in his pyjamas. Honestly, the kid would never get dressed, given half a chance. Now, these bits of the flowers, because the stems are quite long, I am going to cut them down again. Because I want them to sit quite nice up against it. And I want to be able to build them up and make it so it's quite a puffy, flowery spring I'm already wanting spring. It's cold. I love autumn and bonfire night and Halloween, but I'm cold. How many times did I come home during the heat wave and whinge that I was hot? Just snipping the ends off, flying all over the place. And then I think we'll get some leaves on. Just willy-nilly again. This is just foliage. It's just like flower arranging. Just a few. And the best thing about the glue is you can easily just melt it back off by heating it up, and you can take it off and start again. Is it, Susan? That's fabulous. I just like Halloween. I love autumn. I love the whole build up to Christmas. The getting there, and I just wish Halloween was. I wish we did more for Halloween in this country. Oh, make a nice bouquet of flowers. Just hold it on a second. The hot glue will melt into the glue that you've already had. Oh. And the flowers might not be your thing. You don't have to add them. Keep it as plain and simple as you like. The flower one, I've waited for the flowers to come because this is what I wanted to do. But I think even the bigger flowers... Really, Susan? I thought you were just like in your 50s or something, and you're doing well. 72 years young. Love it. I posted your thing today, Susan, as well. Oh, just, do you know the big peony flowers that you get? So they're really poofy. I think that would be absolutely gorgeous. I'm thinking flower fairy, flower garden. All these little wispy bits of glue as well. Just sort of run over your heat gun afterwards. And they'll all vanish. I have some in here. And like I say, if you hate it, it really doesn't matter, because you can always just melt them all off and start again. And the glue gun glue is not expensive. It's really reasonable, even at the minute, with everything. Right, then melt it in. I'm loving that already. Loving it. Yes, I posted this, the strikes at tomorrow and Saturday though, so it might be Tuesday or Wednesday or possibly even Friday. It's on its way though. There we are. Just keep going. Have another. Put all the same flower in a row. We need some white. And you could even go in with the super bright orange ones in places as well. I'll put that one there because I'm adamant to have a stripe of yellow, aren't I? I think as a kid, if this is where the one thing come from, I loved ones. Use the alcohol hand gel works a treat. Oh, on here, yes. Yes, the hand gel I used, it was a Iprisol I've got, but the hand gel works treat on the mat as well. Yes, yes, yes. I think you actually told me about that, Cheryl. I think it's one of those things I thought was my idea, and it wasn't. Oh, see, I'm loving this. Absolutely loving it. And you can really fill it out and add loads of flowers. And the bigger the flowers are, the more poofy it'll be. And I'm sorry, but there's nobody... How jealous will people be if you've got a wand? And they haven't. Especially granddaughters and... Cosplay, it's great for, you know, like Comic-Con and things like that. Cosplay wands. I've took both the boys to Comic-Cons before, and both of them, I've made them the weapons and things like that of the favourite characters, and so much fun. So much fun! Hold on, that one's Ah, it doesn't matter, does it? It's looking more puffy. Just keep adding. And if you're good at making your flowers and things, you know, if you've got your foam, your flower foam, make your own flowers out of that. That would be absolutely stunning. Stunning. Whatever ones I've got left when I come to the show, I'll bring them and we'll all have magic for the day. Sound like a plan, doesn't it? I'm going to have to write a list of all the things I've got to remember. I've got something for Maureen, which has been there for ages. Look at that. Might need another leaf in. I should add some of these little bits in. I do love playing. Absolutely love it. And this works an absolute treat and it hasn't come off. Once your ones are done, I would put a sealer over the top though, because with the glue being a glue, it might scratch off the paint over use. So if you just put a sealer on over the top, you can get spray sealers or you can just use a varnish if you want to. I'm very heavy. Stickles glue, yes, absolutely. Even, you know, the Stamps by Me chunky glitter, you put that in, everything. Absolutely everything. Go wild. I've got glitter. Next to us, this one. Look how beautiful they are. Imagine that on your ones as well. You could even put the glitter into your varnish and brush it on after as well. Oh, that's another thing I got off the lady at the charity shop, the Stickles glue. Should give us a bottle of that as well. Ruined. Everybody who sees is coming. The flower the other day was of a woman out of a shop. I tried to buy a display. She gave us one of her flowers once I explained what I was doing with it. My granddaughter would love one. I'm thinking, I found a use for my giant marbles. Yes! Oh, Sheila, tell us about it. Honestly, I wouldn't be able to get there. I'm like a stone's throw away from Newcastle. If I wasn't working the show and demonstrating, I don't think I could get. Because I don't drive or anything. So, but hopefully we can talk Tony into doing the shows further afield as well. Because you know what she's like. Look at that. And I love the stone at the top as well. We need something here. Another flower. Oh, I've got purple flowers in here as well and pink. Let's have another couple. Oh, they're a bit brighter, aren't they? I might need more than a couple. Hold on. I can't just have a couple of bright coloured flowers hiding there. Don't fall over. Right, we're nearly done. Sorry. We're nearly done, but we're absolutely not because I'm going to keep going. Oh, look, with a pop of colour. I like them. Tony said she's waiting. Yeah. I think she should come north. Very north. Because we've got absolutely no shows here. None. And I know the one, we used to have one at the arena because in 2009 when I had Christopher, I had him and took him to a show with us in his pram. The craft show that was on at the arena. Bless his little heart. Dragged up child. Around in his pram. I tell you what though, crafters, everybody stopped to talk to him. South, I think south as well. North and south, east and west, that's where we need to go. The Midlands. So are you west, Kelly? I'm north. Sheila, where are you? Oh, Sheila, you're near me, aren't you? Of course you are. No, south. Must be another Sheila. You're Glasgow, so you're very north, Brenda. I'd love to go to Glasgow. I've been to Edinburgh, but I've never actually been to Glasgow. Look at that. Now, I'm well impressed with that. I'm loving this one. I think I should keep this one for myself. Absolutely love it. There you go. I've got me magic spell book and my magic wand to go with it. I'm ready. I am ready. Look at that. And the book's all fancy and put notes and things, and I love it. I love it. I even painted around the edge so it looks all old. Haven't done the back yet, but I will. But there, how cool's that? But as well, there's absolutely no reason why we can't do a biro wand as well. And then your biro wand can fit into notebooks and things. Just lush, isn't it? Isn't it fun? Oh, I tell you what I did use though, but I do want to say I hope everybody in Florida where Hurricane Ian is causing havoc is all right. I know Terry, one of the lady who likes to watch us, I've sent her a message. I hope she's all right. She often goes to Disneyland, Florida, so she mustn't be far away. So I hope she's looking after herself. Terry, we're all thinking about you, lovely. In case you're watching. The wrist, I know, check me out. Woo-hoo. I love it. I'm well impressed with that one. Absolutely love it. Anyway, that being said, you can all go and rest your ears now. What wand? I'm going to do a pen. Should I do a pen? The red pen for my sister. I can imagine you using a wand to mark people's books. The red pen's naughty, isn't it? Yeah, it's very sad what's happening. Ribbon beads hanging off the end. Exactly. Exactly. I've got this one. This one here, which is very pink. You could have very lovely ribbons and things hanging off. But this one I found some beads. And I hung them off, so they're going. But imagine having all your sorry ribbons and things coming off them. This one is my other favourite, I think. The flower one and this one with the agate slice are my faves. And then I like that one. I love mookite. I love the colours of mookite as well. Yes, very, very, very happy. I'm going to do a pen. Do you want us to do a pen now, Sheila? Do you want us to stay on while I do the pen? What I'll do, I'll let it dry off. I'll put the glue on and let it dry off, and then I'll come back and show you a picture, because I don't want to keep everybody too late. I've got my bag of stones next to them. Trusty bag of stones. Where's it gone? There it is. Here's all my gemstones. Oh, I've got a little mushroom one. We could put that on the end of it, couldn't we? And then it's not going to be too heavy to write with. Should we do that? Hang on then. Put a little dab of glue there. And you thought you were getting rid of us. Keep going. Shall I stay here all night and play? Bats and cat. Oh, I've got this spider one here as well, but Cheryl doesn't like spiders, but that's labradorite. Labradorite spider. Oh, again. Because the pen's obviously disposable, isn't it? So, oh, this glue is very hot. That mushroom is just going to come straight back off. We'll hold it on. But see now the glue is really, really hot. You can sort of see it running. I do love orange and pink. I don't know what gems. Do you know what this gemstone is? Is it calcite or something? Because I've got a big mushroom as well here. But they're very heavy, you see, the gemstones, so I'm very choosy about what I put on. That's a big mushroom. And it's the same colour. It's not polished, that one, though. It's very raw. And then I've got rose gold worry stones, you know, for, well, worrying. Just something to play with. And then that one. That one's not lapis. It's very similar, it might be. And I've got that one. And I've got a little handbag as well. And that one is Tiger's Eye. Would your daughter like that one, Cheryl? I've even got a little cloud. I don't know what some of the stones are. I used to know them all because I've got a load of beads as well. I used to make jewellery. Ha, Kerry. Oh, I'm just going to keep putting it on. I don't want my mushroom to fall off, but the glue is really, really hot now, so it could be like a melting wand. Obviously, you don't want it too thick at the bottom because they've got to be able to hold it. But sometimes when your gun gets too hot, though, the glue will melt all into one, and then your best bet is to sort of pull it down with the nib of your glue gun, just to give it some shape. Because the longer it's on, the hotter it gets. And then you can just sort of pull it down and make your shapes that way. And you can already see I'm getting like a spiral because it's cooling, but I'm just using the heat of the tip to pull it down. Calcite is white. What's the other ones? Oh, I can't remember names. You're lucky if I can remember my children's date of birth, so I need to think. Right, I'll send it to Paige then. I'll send it. I've got some more stuff for her as well. And I'm not going to take it too far down the pen. We'll have to let this one cool though, because obviously the glue gun's been on for a while, so it is hotter. And you really, really don't want to stick your fingers in it when it's hotter. But that's what I like about this gun. It takes a little while to get going, but the glue does melt. But it is hot glue. Citrune's yellow. I got some citrine off Cheryl. That lives in my purse now. I don't know what it is really. That one. It begins with a C. A blue calcite, a blue something. I'll find out. I'll have a look. I can always pop it on a message later if you want us to. But gemstones, I mean, obviously, if you believe in all the healing properties of the gemstones, you don't have to, right? That top bit there. Also, with the hot glue, if your gemstones are real, the gemstones will be really, really cold when you put them on. But once the hot heat, they keep the heat as well. That's how you know you've got real gemstones as well. So I just want a little bit, just so it's got some shape. So when I paint it, Mary will be over the moon to get a wand pen, especially in red. Advertising. Aventurine. It could be, but that's... Yeah, it might be. I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. There's so many of them. And unless I've got the thing in front of us. See, that glue's still a bit not drying as quick, but even that will add some texture. And it's fun to pick off your fingers. Yellow quartz, maybe's. Yes, maybe's it could be. There we go, that one's nearly dry already. Doesn't take long at all, and the pen still works, which I will check. No, I don't know if the pen works, and it never does work. I'm actually giving her a dud pen. And then again, just with the black. Actually, yeah, we'll do it black, because I like this. I like the silver. If you did it in white and things, you could just go over and make it vintagey. That's where my head was going to go there. And again, just up. You don't want to cover your stone too much. But like Charlotte says, you can actually just with the earbud. You know the Q-tip bud things? You could just put a little bit of alcohol on it. It'll rub it off. Quite easy if you get paint on it. It's nothing to worry about at all. And the paint's drying quite quick on this one as well. Probably because it's still warm, it's a smaller surface. Oh. I might do this one. What colour? I don't know what colour. I'll have a think. See, you've lost us now. I'm well into it. This is what happens then when the kids and things try and talk to us. They get no sense. See, that top bit's dry. And there's even the metallic coming off my fingers onto it. But you could have just covered that with your gilding flakes. Or anything like that. Gold. We'll do gold. We'll go in with mushroom. Because it's a mushroom. Right, I'm just going to dry it off. I will use the heat tool again just to make sure that it's dry enough. I don't just pull loads of dark off. It'll only take seconds. It's nearly dry already. Yes, the pens would be fabulous. Magic wand pens. I've seen them. I mean, you could wrap them in wire and all sorts. Absolutely all sorts. You remember the feathers I did out of resin? You can attach feathers to the end of your wands. Loads of stuff. Loads and loads. It doesn't have to be a gemstone. Right, I need another brush. A clean brush, Emma, this one. Again. I love these paints so much. Look at that. And they stay on as well, so you, once they're dry, you can still do your top coat. Sorry, you've lost us. Forgetting to speak. And you can add loads of stuff around the top of this to make it even more. Bits of grass, extra little mushrooms, die cuts, MDF mushrooms. It's never ending. Especially with it being a pen. There you go, and the pen. To go with book. Let's see if I can get rid of the thingy without disturbing it too much because it's still wet. There we go, how cool's that? Look at that. Oh, I'm so ready for tomorrow. I'll have to write a shopping list in my book tomorrow while watching Hocus Pocus, whilst drinking out my Hocus Pocus glass. I'm excited. Right, I'm really going to love yous and leave yous. That didn't take long at all, did it, that one? I might add some more around. You could have ladybirds going up the side if you've got little ladybirds. Yeah, and I definitely think the confetti inks, Stamps by Me confetti inks, are a must. So, if you've never seen them before and you watch them back after, stampsbyme.co.uk or the howtocraftnetwork.co.uk or com, depending on where you're at. But there you go. I've had a lovely time. It was fabulous to see you. And I will see you on Tuesday on the Thirsty Brush Facebook page. And I've just found a purple flower. That could go on. Look at the dust coming off it. Purple flower, that could go on. Anyway, right, stop. Have a good weekend. I'm going to find ladybirds to add to this now. And I will see you all on Tuesday on the Thirsty Brush page. Feel free to share the live. And I will see you all soon. Good night. I can't get off it again. It's a good start, isn't it?